guys, what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe. If you haven't already done that, we're on the road to 113,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me in all of those. And as you guys know, I started a Facebook account, so you can have me on Facebook, and we can be Facebook friends, so go do that. Link is in the description. And finally, be sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you! But once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy story, and it's not really creepy, but it's kind of funny, but it's very, very like squirmy and cringy, but it's also, it's not true. It's not a true story. It's not impossible, but it's not true. So it's funny. So today's story is called Earwig. Now, some of you guys may not even know what that is. I'm sure a lot of you do know what that is. But an earwig is a type of creature that's got like these little pinchers on its back end. Kind of reminds me of like a scorpion, but it's not. Except these things are pretty much harmless to humans. So try not worry if you see one. Don't kill it, just throw it out. And yeah, this story is called Earwig, which earwigs tend to creep people out and give them the heebie-jeebies a lot of the time. But the Earwig is a scary story about a man who puts a creepy crawly in another man's ear. It is based on an old episode of the TV series Night Gallery, which in turn is based on an old horror story by Oscar Cook called Boomerang. The Earwig. Many years ago, in Borneo, there was an English man named Clifford Macy, who was young, handsome, and very vain. He fancied himself as God's gift to women, and often boasted about his success. Macy was part owner of a tobacco plantation, and his friend and business partner was another Englishman by the name of Leopold Warwick. Despite being old and fat, Warwick had a wife who was very young and very beautiful, and she was the envy of every man who set eyes on her. The three of them lived together in a big house on the plantation. Macy slept in the first bedroom, while Warwick and his wife slept in the second bedroom. It was rainy season, and there was precious little to do. Macy was bored, and he could find nothing that would keep him entertained. As time went on, he developed a passion for Warwick's wife, and began to wish that he could have her for himself. He tried flirting with her, but she wouldn't have anything to do with him. One evening, when her husband was away, Macy made a pass at her, but she slapped his face. However, Macy was the kind of man who didn't take no for an answer. Every time she rebuffed him, he became more and more obsessed with her until he was determined to have her at any cost. Although his heart was burning with white-hot passion, Macy had a devilish and cunning mind. He soon came up with a way to get Warwick out of the picture. In Borneo, there is a type of earwig that lives on waxy secretions. It has a special liking for the human ear. It's so small and light that it could be crawling on your face and you'd barely even feel it. If it gets into a man's ear, it creeps down the canal, unable to turn around, feeding as it goes, and causing weeks of hellish torment until, well, I'm sure you can use your imagination. Macy paid two native men a large sum of money and instructed them to creep into Warwick's bedroom in the middle of the night. He went to sleep that night with a smile on his face and dreamed about the horrible fate that was about to befall his friend. The next morning, when Macy came down to breakfast, Warwick seemed bright and cheerful. He watched the old man closely, looking for any signs of discomfort. Just then, Macy felt a strange tickling sensation in his own ear. When he poked his finger into his ear, he discovered that it was bleeding. Jumping up from the table with a look of horror on his face, he shrieked, "The damn thing is in my ear!" It appeared that the men he had paid had made a terrible mistake, and during the night, they had gone into the wrong room and placed the earwig in the wrong man's ear. That was the beginning of weeks of unimaginable pain and agony. There was nothing the doctor could do for him. He lay in his room tied to the bed with his wrists lashed to the headboard to prevent him from tearing his ears off. Day and night, he writhed and screamed as the earwig crept and crawled and twisted through his head, slowly driving him insane. Occasionally, when the earwig was resting, Macy would get a break from his torment. But when it woke up, he would scream and scream and scream. The pain was so unbearable that being flayed alive, burned at the stake, put on a rack, or even hanged by the neck would have been an act of mercy. Every time the doctor came to see him, Macy begged him to put him out of his misery. Then, something very unexpected happened. Miraculously, the earwig crawled out of his other ear. Macy had come close to the brink of death, but he had survived the torment. When he was well enough to talk, the doctor came in to see him. "I suppose they're going to call the police and have me arrested now," said Macy. "No," said the doctor. "They're not calling the police." "Why not?" Macy demanded. "I suppose they're trying to avoid a scandal." "No, they're taking pity on you. They know about your condition." "What do you mean?" "You see, the earwig was a female," said the doctor, "and it's laid eggs." Oh, man. Ugh. I am sleeping with earplugs in tonight. So that is the end of that, guys. I hope you enjoyed that story. It was something a little different. It wasn't so much scary, but it's definitely like, nah, but it's not real. Don't worry about that. Earwigs are actually pretty harmless. I mean, if you like poke them and stuff, they will like threaten you with the pinchers. They put their tail just like a scorpion, and they will threaten you, but the pinchers aren't poisonous, and they're so small that they wouldn't even hurt a human, so they're pretty harmless, so don't be afraid of them. Don't go killing them. But I hope you guys enjoyed the story. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this story, hit that like button down below, and let's see if we can go for 1 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And today's question of the day is, have you ever heard of an earwig, and what do you think of them? Are you afraid of them? Do you like them? Do you not really care about them? Let me know in the comment section. That is question of the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. Remember the most important thing, chase your dreams. I love you guys. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace out.